Science fiction, or sci-fi, is a genre of fiction with a science and technology base that includes both realistic and imaginary elements. A common sci-fi convention is to use scientific principles or theories that do not contradict known scientific fact. This helps suspend disbelief for sci-fi readers or movie watchers, since there is an undertone of scientific credibility for their imaginative speculations. The appeal of science fiction stories to so many is that they not only entertain and enhance imagination, but they also include a human element and contains a message or warning for humankind. As Murphy and Potts imply, sci-fi demonstrates how humans can be either powerful or fragile, balancing on the moral edge of decision-making. A good sci-fi story is not unbelievable, but rather extrapolates what might occur in the future and usually addresses ethical concerns dealing with industry, politics, economics, and technology on humans and the environment. The backdrop for science fiction environments can be on other planets, galaxies, or celestial bodies. Most sci-fi stories take place in the future, but some have occurred in the past, like Back to the Future, or in present day, but in an alternate reality, as seen in the TV show Fringe. Narratives of science fiction can be utopian or, as most storylines lean towards, a dystopian plot. Utopia refers to an ideally perfect place, especially in its social, political, and moral aspects. It can be a society or community that possesses highly desirable qualities, but in reality are unrealistic of obtaining. There are ethical and moral considerations in obtaining this perfect state, and are portrayed in such movies as Gattaca and Minority Report. Dystopian movies are much more common, where conditions of life are extremely bad, as from deprivation, oppression, or terror. These sci-fi movies are set in a speculative future, and elements for storylines can vary from environmental disasters to political and social issues. Dystopian plots show how there can be a decline in society. Some famous movies include The Matrix, Mad Max, The Terminator, Blade Runner, and The Hunger Games. As already noted, sci-fi has the ability to entertain, excite, and fascinate. Although unreal and weird machines or alien motifs may appear within a storyline, science fiction serves the purpose of spreading the message that technology and imagination are changing our world. But aside from this entertainment value, science fiction narratives can help highlight ethical problems related to the implementation of new technologies. Technology is changing so rapidly that humans don't have the time to come to grips with these changes. Science fiction can teach lessons about the value and dangers of advanced technology and our interaction with it. It allows us time to think the unthinkable, experience and explore different scenarios or viewpoints without the actual dangers or horrors of living through it. It gives us insight into the world around us to play out ethical and unethical considerations, and allows for people to come to educated conclusions about issues that are occurring now and may transpire in the future. Terraforming, which may occur in the future, is one such area of concern and has many ethical considerations associated with it. The concept of terraforming can be seen in popular culture, ranging from TV shows, movies, novels, and video games. Terraforming is the hypothetical transformation of a planet, moon, or celestial body into an Earth-like object that can be lived on by humans. The term terraforming was first coined by Jack Williamson in a sci-fi story, Collision Orbit, published in 1942. Another term is planetary engineering. Most movies or books involving this idea use the expression terraforming, even when an alien species is trying to convert Earth or another space object into a place to live. Since the 1960s, individuals like Carl Sagan and organizations like NASA have been theorizing and conducting studies to see if terraforming could actually be done on a space object. A real-life possibility is terraforming Mars, which would make human colonization much more safer and sustainable. If terraforming happens on Mars, it will take many years and cost unnameable amounts of money before humans could ever live there. In the Star Trek movie The Wrath of Khan, Khan steals the Genesis device that quickly terraforms barren planets. A similar plotline can be seen in the animated film Titan AE. In the movie Serenity, a feature film of the TV show Firefly, terraformers convert dozens of planets and moons in which humans live on. Who could forget Arnold Schwarzenegger in Total Recall, where an alien device is activated to transform the atmosphere of Mars? In the latest blockbuster, Man of Steel, the Kryptonian General Zod has plans to terraform Earth so that it is much more conducive for their species. What message are these movies sending? What ethical considerations have they addressed about terraforming another planet or moon? Looking at the cosmocentric view, there needs to be a balance between the need to preserve human life versus the intrinsic value of existing planetary ecologies. Earth will eventually be destroyed by our own sun, so some feel that humans need to make a long-term decision to keep our species alive. Would we only choose barren planets that do not harbor life of its own to terraform? What right does any species, human or alien, have to interfere with nature, or displace indigenous life forms, or to kill off another species? Some think that since we are destroying our own planet's resources, what right do we have to destroy another? Another ethical concern deals with the colonization of a planet or moon. What protocol or policies will be put into place if we terraform another planet and move there? As well, will one species be oppressed by another? Will different human groups have power over other humans? Who gets to live on the new world? Will there be rules and regulations to be fair about these issues? There are many ethical factors to consider if we were to terraform another planet or moon. This is just one example of how science fiction can help us make educated decisions about our possible future.